Hey everybody, I wanted to do a video on startup. I've seen several other waste oil burners on YouTube and it's kind of a hassle to start it up. This one's extremely easy to start up. So I wanted to run through that with you. And I also want to point out a couple things. Here's my 8-inch exhaust. Run up here to go up, show higher. No, go up. Yeah, you got it. And it runs outside. And then it goes up out my garage and up. So that gives off heat as well. It's a small unit. We've got a 2,000 square foot garage. It's probably 45 degrees out right now. So it hasn't got cold here in Knoxville real bad. So I'm going to go through the startup procedure, but it's the same idea. Rocket stove, removable burn bowl on the bottom. Same concept, oil reservoir. On this one, I did it a little different. Normally I have a steel pipe coming off here, but because the way this ended up, it appeared to me that it would be easier just to do PVC to my supply air fan. And this does not get hot, so you don't have to worry about that. Because I usually have a fan when this gets really hot, and I'll show you, blowing hot air off this thing, so you don't have to worry about this being PVC. So I'm going to do a startup now for you. I gotta go past this PVC because if I just dump it in there, it's gonna drip out right here, but that's just on this one. So I use this. I put about a cup of diesel in there, not a whole lot, no more than a cup. I leave that right there. And then I use this, I usually use these straws, paper straws, or in this case I'm using a Sam's cup that I had got a drink out of. It's got wax on it. These really work extremely well. So you can use about anything you got laying around. So there's that. So I'm just gonna throw that down inside. It drops down. Get a shot of this right here down in underneath. You can see the flame. And you can already hear the turbo. That's not without any oil. Can you hear it? So it's already doing the turbo thing. It's drawing air in right here already. That's why it's got the rocket stove effect. So it's hot enough right now to add oil. So I'm gonna come over here and add very little oil. Come over here and shoot this, Denise. How much oil is going in right there? Come on down, get a close up on that. That's how much oil that I'll use. Probably to heat my garage. You guys would probably use a little more, I don't know, maybe, depending upon how cold it is. But I'm also going to crank it up and show you how hot it can get. So right now, the oil's coming out of my drip tube. It's on the way down into the bowl. It's about halfway down the pipe. And it's going to hit here shortly. So it's just about there. It's starting to hit. Now you could probably let it burn that way right there and not even add air if you wanted to. You're gonna get this kind of exhaust. You can get a shot over here, Denise. Up at that exhaust, besides the back of my head. That's the kind of exhaust you'd get if you don't add the fan. Now come back over here. And now I'm going to add the fan, which I've got 2 fans going right now. I've got a circulating fan, which you don't have to use. At this kind of low heat, you don't really need this fan to blow out, but it's kind of good to have. Okay, so I'm going to turn on the turbo air. And you can hear it kick up. Now, come over here and get another shot of that in there, Denise. That's what that's doing now. That'll burn that way continuously and same amount of oil. So now let's go temperature wise. We're at 196. We're at 369 on the burn bowl. The tank is 202. pipe is 140, 124. I'm getting heat on my pipe, which bleeds into the building. I mean, you could loop the pipe or do whatever you want. There's people that are talking about putting heat pickups in here. You can do that as well. I just don't. It's plenty of heat for me, so I don't need to do that. And I'm burning very minimal oil. So, all right. So that's where I had it for an hour or so in here in my shop. I'm at 284 in the tank, 300, and my shop temperature is 58 degrees, somewhere in there, 58, 62, 59, 61, and I don't know, it's 40 degrees outside. Now, let me crank this oil up a little bit, and I'll show you what it can do. Okay, well, we can get a shot of that oil again. How much? Go that way. Go that way, yeah. How much oil is going in there now? It's going to hit in just a minute. It's going to kick that heat up. So my burn bowl is already red hot. I'm at 416. 250 on the tank. So I can pretty much get this tank to go red. Okay, come on here, please. So my burn bowl's red. My tank is now 281. My burn bowl's 427. My exhaust is 237. So I am getting some heat that's exhausting out of here. Now if you come over here and look at this, the exhaust becomes minimal and it gets better the hotter it gets. Okay. So such a simple design, which the last video I showed you guys how to make it. Such a simple design, and it works pretty much hands-free for as long as you want. So I've got 252. I've got a fan going to blow this off. I'm going to crank up this oil just a little bit more. Okay. So you can do whatever you want as far as oil. I mean, obviously the more oil you burn, the hotter it is, the more oil you go through. So it just depends upon what you want to do, how much heat you need. I don't need that much in here, so I can burn like on a low oil flow. But I cranked it up. We'll give that a minute to settle in. Still have clear exhaust. Now my burn bowl's at 600. My tank is at 340. Okay, come over here, get another shot down the tube. Now on this unit, because I used a bath exhaust fan for the turbo air, it's probably not quite enough. And okay, right here it blows air out. Like I told you last time, it blows air out right here. So I want all my air to go into the tank, so I just add a cap. Nothing fancy. Put that on top, and then all my air goes into the tank, which is going to also accelerate the burn. So I'm at 400 on the tank. 600 on the burn bowl. And I've still got, definitely got clear exhaust. Want to get a shot of that? Okay, and then get a shot of this flame right here on the bottom, which is pretty cool. No exhaust coming out anywhere. Just so easy to use. Now the only cleanup you need is eventually that burn bowl will you know, because when you burn oil, it leaves off dirt that's in the oil or whatever, and eventually it'll build up in the burn bowl. So only thing you got to do to clean this is drop that frame underneath the burn bowl. The burn bowl falls down, you pull it out, you hit it on the concrete or whatever, and it comes out. You put it back, and you're done. You probably have to do that maybe every couple weeks if you burn consistently all the time. So right now, I'm pretty warm. I mean, I probably couldn't stand next to this thing very long. So that's how easy it is to light and to run, and very, very minimal assembly. Tank. This is just an old oil collection tank from Harbor Freight that I used that went bad on me. 2-inch pipe, and I think the 2-inch pipe is really still going to work okay versus putting the 2.5 in there. It doesn't really add that much. Plus, you can use a 2-inch fitting if you wanted to do this PVC thing. You could just put it on top of the 2-inch. Or 2.5, they don't make plumbing's you know, fittings in 2.5, other than pressure, but they don't make DWV. So from now on, I probably still will use the 2-inch. I don't really need to increase the 2.5. So it's now at a point where, like 4 foot out, I'm having a hard time standing next to, and I'm already blowing the heat off into. Look over here, we're blowing the heat off over into the garage. And so that'll run like that all day long. All you do is just keep the oil in, and you can pretty much walk away from it. It's not really going to do. It's not going to really fail. I guess the only thing you'd have to worry about is if the fire went out and the oil kept going, then you'd have a puddle of oil in your floor. But you'd have to clean up the oil. But that's about it. That's really never happened to me, so I'm not worried about it. I spill more oil just messing with oil than ever I've had a problem with. It's because it seems like dirt attracts me or something. I don't know what it is. The oil just dumps on me. You know, I don't know what it is, but I get dirty all the time. Anyways, hopefully that helps. I'm going to put this on YouTube today. If you guys got any comments, holler at me. I try to answer all your questions that I appreciate, you know, the comments and everything, and the ideas that you guys have given me and whatnot. So certainly hit the like button, and you know, and I appreciate it. All right, you guys take care.